G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. It is my 6:23 a.m. And look, it's not fun. The Steelers lost yesterday. I think there was a stat out there that this is the first team in NFL history for a team to be above 500 and also lose back-to-back games to a team that is below 500 within 8 games, like 2-10, 2-10. The first time in NFL history. That's pretty crazy, guys. But in today's episode, guys, I do want to talk about Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he was in the locker room yesterday. I'm going to play the audio in just a minute. And I believe he's calling out the team, and rightly so. I think this whole team needs to get better, needs to find themselves, and they need to start wearing the black and gold jersey with passion and pride and go out there and play good football, right? He's calling everyone out. He's calling himself out. He's calling everyone out, right? But check this out. We'll listen to the audio first, and then I'll go through the quote, what he said. But this team is in disarray. It is. The culture's just not there anymore. It doesn't feel like it used to 5 years ago. Look, there's problems at head coach. I like Mike Tomlin, as you know, but there's problems at head coach. There's lack of direction. There's lack of commitment. There's lack of a lot of things. The team lost. If you're losing to 2-10 teams back to back, then yeah, there's a lot of problems. So let's play this video with Minkah Fitzpatrick talking about the locker room and talking about players. And I believe he's calling out players, coaches, and the locker room in general. He's frustrated, but listen to this.
In order to see fruit, you got to toil for it. I think too many people don't want to toil for it. They just want to walk out here and think that they're going to make plays and think that they're going to perform at a high level. I think we need to have more people that want to work for it and not expect it to be handed to them, because this is the NFL. Nothing's handed to you. You got to earn everything. And I think that, dudes just think that because they're wearing the black and gold that they're going to win games. And I think we need to check their mentality and make people realize that they got to earn that mentality, and they got to earn every single blade of grass, and every single splash play, and every single rep that they get out there. They got to earn it.
So really, guys, he's not wrong. Minkah's not wrong. And like I said, we'll go through the quote too. I've got the quote here as well. So I played the audio, but got the quote. He pretty much said, I don't think too many people don't want to toil for it, which means work hard for it. They just want to walk out there and think that they're going to make plays and think that they're going to perform at a higher level, right? So he is calling out some players. I think he's calling out coaches. I think he's calling out the whole organization. And Minkah's an all-pro. He's one of the blokes out there that broke his hand and he still plays. And he's trying to hopefully spark something. Now, I would hope that he would go and talk to his players and not just talk to the media and start saying, well, we have to do this, this, and this. Maybe have a players meeting. Maybe talk to Cameron Hayward. Maybe talk to some of these guys and get around and start to fix the issues that you see. It's one thing to say to the media how you feel and how you want things to happen, or how you see the culture turning into. It's another thing to actually go to a player or players and say, you know what, man, you're not playing the best football. I'm calling you out. I want to see stuff like that. That's not good, right? It's not good from the leadership that is Mike Tomlin. It's not good from the staff, the assistants, pretty much everyone, man. That locker room right now, we thought it was kind of fixed firing Matt Canada after, and then the Bengals game looked all good, oh my goodness, we have a new lease on football life. Then you lose to the Cardinals like that. They play better than us. They get the job done. And then yesterday we lose 21-18. They put up 21 points in the first half. You play a better second half. You can't score points to win, but you should have never have given up 21 points in the first half. So Minkah's calling him out. I agree with it, but I also want to see Minkah go and talk to his players, and I'm sure he will. You know what? These guys are a band of brothers. They're a football team. They'll figure it out. And if it doesn't figure out, it's just what happens, right? We just got to kind of move on and push forward and still be Steelers fans. But I hope that Minkah will go into the other players and to Deontay Pickens or the O-line and just talk things out and get things together, because, yeah, the culture right now is not good Steelers culture. So we said they think that they're just going to perform at a high level. I think we need to have more people who want to work for it, not expect it to be handed to them. Fitzpatrick told ESPN, this is the NFL. Nothing's handed to you. You got to earn everything. I think that dudes just think that because they're wearing the black and gold, that they're going to win games. And I think we need to check that mentality and make people realize that they got to earn that, right? So that's someone stepping up and saying it. But that's the thing about the Steelers team right now with the culture. The culture is just lacking. It is. We're very unprepared for games. And you can put that on Mike Tomlin. You can if you want to. That's fine. Put it on Mike Tomlin. Not being prepared for the Cardinals game, not prepared for the Pats game, right? The Patriots came out there, slung the ball around, got 3 TDs for Bailey Zappi, and the secondary looked like it was Swiss cheese. There was nothing of it. So you can definitely put the pressure on those on those coaches, and the players need to perform. I've been calling out Trubisky. He needs to perform. The way he played was just awful, throwing picks and just looking like an old, slow quarterback out there. At the same time, the offensive line was letting in people on the blitz, and you couldn't pick up a blitz on the right-hand side. Warren can't block 2 guys, right? Personnel decisions. I'd like to see Warren get some more snaps, and Najee wasn't going as well as he did the last few weeks. So these things, man, football is football, and it's like you got to, roll with the punches sometimes. But there's definitely a culture problem in the locker room, that's for sure. Because they talked about that they weren't ready. They took the Cardinals lightly last week. And now this week, Minkah's stepping up and calling out everyone, saying, you know what? It's not just about wearing the black and gold. It's about actually going out there and making plays and wanting to win games. He said, people don't want to toil for it. They don't want to work hard. They just want to walk in there and think that they're going to make plays. They're going to perform at a higher level. We need more people to work for it. So, and that's also himself too. I'm sure he puts himself at a high standard. He's holding players at a high standard. And we haven't seen that. To be the first team in NFL history at a above 500 level, and to lose back-to-back to 2 teams that are 2-10, 2-10 with an 8-gap difference, that's the first team in NFL history. And yes, that does need to be put on Mike Tomlin. It needs to be put on coaching staff, the punter, everyone, man. This team right now needs a check yourself moment. They got to check the penalties. They got to find out who they are. And you know what, to me, they still got to start run the football. Run the football, be physical, and take care of the Colts. But this, to me, now is day by day. It's players got to get together. Players got to figure this out. Coaches have to have some better leadership and start to, design better game plans for their players. And you can't go down 21-3. 21-3 was just incredible at the start. 21-3 came back to be 21-18. You're going to lose that game. And if the Steelers won that game yesterday, it still would be like, well, we won, but we need to fix this stuff. So I agree with Minkah. Minkah's calling them out. And I don't think dudes, just because they're wearing black and gold, think that they're going to win games. You need to check that mentality and make people realize they got to earn that. 100%. And the Steelers, to a certain degree, too, I think, is losing the fan base. The fan base is checking out. And I don't blame you guys. I'll always be checked in no matter what. If we lose this game or if we lose 25 games in a row, I will always be checked in. But I understand the frustration around the Mike Tomlin stuff, the fire Mike Tomlin. I don't have that same personal view, but I understand the frustration of people, okay, I don't like Mike Tomlin, this, and this. We haven't won a playoff game in 7 years, all those kind of things. I understand the frustration. I really do. Losing to 2 bad teams. Now we're in a position where the Steelers are 7-6. Now you have to go on the road to the Colts, back home versus the Bengals, 2 road games, Seahawks, Ravens. And right now, you're not even worried about playoffs. You're only worried about winning the next game. So I understand the frustration around the Mike Tomlin stuff. I like Mike Tomlin. I've been supporting him for a long time. I always will. And I don't think they're going to fire him because the Rooneys won't do that. But that's why it's now a cultural problem of the whole organization just feels like this. And sometimes too, guys, my last point, sometimes too, losing sucks. Right? We love when our team wins. We're feeling good. We wear our black and gold steels. We walk around the shops. We're all cool. But losing sucks. But you can also learn from a loss too. In life, you can also learn from a loss. Losing can help your team. But losing in this fashion can sometimes really, really, really get you down the dumps. So I understand with everyone who's very frustrated around the team, very annoyed at Mike Tomlin. If you want to move on from Mike Tomlin, fine. That's your personal opinion. For my opinion, I still like the guy, and I still want to see if he can figure this stuff out for the rest of the season, that being 4 games to go. But Minkah's right. There's a cultural problem. There's a problem the players are expecting big plays, or they do all the dancing, they do all this, they do all that. You've got to go out there and play football. And we haven't seen that. We've seen splashes from certain players like TJ or Warren or Haywood or, what that may be, or Minkah, Elena Roberts, just to name a few guys, seen splashes. But then overall, in the whole collective of everything, the team is just very weak right now. Weak on a weak for a Steelers team. Let's be honest, very weak for a Steelers team. The last really good Steelers team I've seen, like to be as a whole, might have been 2016 or 2015 or 2016 when we had the playoff chance going to Miami and going to the Chiefs, and then we lost to the Patriots. But that I thought was a pretty good team. Everyone was buying in. Big Ben was going on fire. AB was on fire. That was something to see. And then going back even further, the last time I've seen a team that was like connected 1000%, like must have been the 2008 Steelers when they won the Super Bowl, 2007 Steelers, right? Those 2 seasons around then. Was it? No, sorry, 2000. I always forget. 2008 Steelers was when they won the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 43. That's when I think was like the real, oh my goodness, they're all checked in. They're all Brotherhood of Steel. They're all ready to go. That's it. Minkah's upset. Minkah's pissed off. And you know what? I don't blame him. He says the NFL, nothing's handed to you. You got to earn everything. Dudes just think that because they're wearing the black and gold, they need to win games. Well, they're going to win games. We need to check the mentality and make people realize you got to earn that. That's it, guys. I'll see you later.